Hello guys, welcome to technology. So today we are going to see everything about Java. Okay, this is like an introduction video to Java. We are going to cover the features of Java and features or advantages of Java programming language and the disadvantages of Java programming language. So this is the first video in the playlist, and in the entire playlist of Java programming language from beginning to advanced. So yeah, and you make sure you subscribe my channel because there are a lot of coding related stuff coming up and a lot of programming languages coming up, and make sure you subscribe to my channel so that it will be very useful for you in the future, because I'm going to post a lot of good stuff in the future. Okay, so yeah, let's get into the video then. So here we are talking about Java programming language. So when it comes to Java programming language, the thing which you have to learn, or the basic thing which you have to know, is the first name of Java programming language is not Java. It is Oak. Okay, it is Oak. Oak means, like, by the oak here you can see OAK. So first they named Java as Oak because first they named as Oak because of some naming clashes or something. They changed the naming to Java. Okay, so James Gosling considered, the inventor of Java is James Gosling. So he considered different names. He considered Java, he considered Silk. Among those two, he chose Java. Okay, so you have to know this little thing here. So, and it is Oak. Okay, this is what you have to know. Okay, so next let's get into our next slide. So the salient features or advantages of Java. So the features or advantages of Java are: it's object oriented. Okay, it's object oriented, it is distributed, it is platform independent, and it is robust, and it is secure, and memory allocation, multi-threading, and simple. Okay, so these are the few features of Java which you have to remember. It is platform independent, object oriented, distributed, robust, secure, and memory allocation, multi-threading, and simple. So going to okay, talking about the first feature, it is object oriented language. So one of the factors for the widespread popularity of Java is because it is an object-oriented language. So here we can say that Java is 100% object-oriented, and we have four features here, four OOPS concepts. We have abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, and polymorphism. So you have to remember that it is completely object-oriented, and it will have, like, even if its primitives will have to be object, and which is not the case here. So you have to remember these four object oriented OOPS concepts. So this is like an important interview question. Okay, so we can discuss about these topics, these concepts in more depth in upcoming videos. So now let's move on to our second feature. So this video is meant to be just a brief explanation and introduction of Java programming language. So the second one is it's platform independent. So in Java, whenever we write a code, the code is converted into a .class file. So it is also called as bytecode. Okay, it is known as bytecode. So JVM is used to execute this bytecode. So this JVM is, you know like every operating system have this JVM. So Java is platform independent because there is JVM. Okay, this JVM makes sure that it is executing this whatever the class file we created, or whatever the bytecode we created. Okay, so this JVM is platform independent, and like regardless of the operating system we use, it's platform independent. So the platform independence of Java comes from the JVM. Okay, so yeah, this is what is given here. So wherever we run it, in whichever environment we run it, it doesn't matter. Okay, the output is going to be the same because of the JVM, Java Virtual Machine. Okay, so yeah, if you want to know more about it in depth, I'm going to make a lot of other videos on this. Okay, like in the future videos, we are going to cover all these topics in more depth. We are going to cover these topics further. So coming to the third advantage is it is robust. So the robustness of Java comes from garbage collector and exception handling. So we have to make sure whenever we write a code, we have to make sure that we define the variable, the type of the variable. So in other programming languages like Python, it's not very important. It's not at all necessary to define the data type of the particular variable. But here it's very, very important. If there is no data type, then it's going to just show you the error. It's going to scold you on your face. The compiler is just going to be like, oh my god, what you've done, you didn't define the data type. Oh my god, if you didn't put a semicolon, it's going to be like, oh my god, you didn't put a semicolon. If you didn't put a bracket, it's going to be like, you didn't put a bracket. So that's what makes it robust. That is robustness. And the robustness, by robustness, it's like the robustness is nothing but the program doesn't terminate easily. And it comes from exception handling and also the garbage collection. Okay, so it is strongly typed language. By the strongly typed, by the sense of like, but the meaning of strongly typed mean, which I've just mentioned. There are some syntactical rules, and there are some rules which you have to consistently follow when you're dealing with the Java programming language. So let's move on to our next feature, is security. Okay, so there's a lot of security in Java. So whenever we convert these bytecodes, so it is implemented on JVM. So it performs the tasks of security manager. It keeps updated, like it keeps on updating by the internet, but with the help of internet. It is responsible to throw exceptions. Okay, so for example, if we write an array, like if we took an array, if we allocated some memory to the array, for example, let's say if we took an array here. So let me explain. So for example, like let's take an array of some size. Okay, I'm sorry, I can't write perfectly here with this little marker, but I'm trying my best to make sure to draw and write it properly. Oh my god, it's not working properly. Okay, so for example, if we took an array like this, okay, if we have, and we allocated like 0, 1, 2. Okay, so this 2 is looking odd. Okay, and 3. So for example, we have these. So like we allocated like the sizes 4, right? We allocated this much of size to the array. This is 4, if for your kind information. If we did this, so if we try to access the element in the fourth column, like fourth place, there is no fourth place here, only 0 to 3, right? So by the fourth place, it is out of boundary. So it raises an exception. It raises this out of boundary exception. Okay, yeah. So that is what is security. And coming to our next features, it is simple, portable, multi-threading. It has multi-threading and memory allocation. So by the sense of simple, it means it is easily implemented. We are not having the complicated concepts like pointers, which are in C language. Oh my God, they're very complicated. The pointers and for memory allocation and all this. So it's very easy and it's very simple, and it is also very portable. By the sense of portable, I mean, by saying portable, I mean we can write our code in one OS, one operating system. So for example, if we wrote our Java code in Windows operating system, we can execute it in Linux. We can take it and we can execute it in Linux operating system. We can easily move it, because this feature, this portability of Java programming language comes from the platform independence because of the JVM, Java Virtual Machine, right? So we are going to learn about it in depth in the second video, the upcoming video. So we have to remember this. It's very portable, and we also have some quote for Java. It's a quote called "Write once and run anywhere," and the quote is very famous. So yeah. That's what makes Java more, more secure, and also more, um, reliable. And that's what made Java more popular and more stable. More stable by the sense, by saying more stable, I mean it's more stable because there is no, um, there is no kind of Java. It's like, Java has its own popularity. Java has its own benefits and own advantages compared to other programming languages. It's always trending. For Android, we use Java. There is no other programming language. So that's what made it more popular and more on demand. You know, Made it more popular, and that's what made it become an on-demand programming language. So next, let's see the next topic, which is the next advantage, which is multi-threading. So generally, when we execute a program, so it is called there are some small processes, like it is called a task. So in the task we have process, and in the process we have threads. So this Java program is used to execute these threads at a time, parallelly. Okay, so it maximizes the utilization of the CPU, and you have memory allocation. So generally the memory allocation and deallocation of objects is very easy. We can do it very easily, and by easy access, by easily restoring the data. So it's very easy, like there are objects in Java. It's done by like just assigning the heap or stack for easy access. The memory allocation is very easy, not as complicated as in C language and other languages. Okay, so these are advantages. So coming to the disadvantages of Java, these are four disadvantages. So we have slow and inferior performance. Why there is slow and inferior performance is Java focused on the data rather than the backing up the data. So storing the data, it is focused on storing the data. So whenever we store the data, store so much of data, generally the performance is going to be slow. Okay, so that's why it is slow performance. It is memory consuming and significantly low performance. Slow performance due to extra level of compilation and abstraction of JVM, and more memory consuming due to its functionality of garbage collector. So garbage collector, this is important topic, garbage collection in Java. I'm going to explain it in another video in more depth. Okay, a lot of videos are coming up. Okay, so next we have complex codes. So we can write complex codes in Java. I mean, we have to write complex codes in Java, and it's very, very, very hard for a person who just started learning Java because it's very tough. The codes are very, very complex. In Python language, we just write like a line of code, but here we have like few lines. If we have to even print a certain line, if we have to print hello world, we have to write like 4 or 5 lines of code. So the codes are very, very complex. Okay, and we have cost. So this is costly. Hardware cost increases because the memory requirement is high for Java, so automatically the hardware cost increases for Java. And we have memory management. So some applications find this performance issues and higher memory usage as a result of Java automated memory management. So it manages the memory very automatically, and the garbage collection is also done automatically here. So some applications may find it very hard, and they may have performance issues with this particular feature of Java. Okay, so that is what I have today. So these are the advantages and disadvantages of Java. So thank you so much for watching. So make sure you subscribe my channel. Make sure you subscribe our channel, Technology. So there are a lot of videos coming up, a lot of coding related videos, and I'm going to make like a big playlist of this Java programming language. I'm going to make sure that this all the topics in the interview point of view, for your placements, have been covered in this, particular playlist, or whatever the videos I make sure that I cover all the topics perfectly so that you can attend your interviews, or you can learn whatever you're learning here more easily and perfectly. I make sure that you learn everything perfectly. And also there are a lot of other playlists coming up. I'm going to make front-end developer or front-end development playlist, and I'm going to make full Java playlist as I mentioned, and other programming languages playlist. And I'm going to make sure I cover. Like, I'm going to make sure that I did a DSA playlist, okay? Because DSA is very important, data structures and algorithms, for Java. I'm going to, do that playlist too once we are done with the programming language part. So yeah, this is everything about the little brief introduction of Java programming language. So thank you so much for watching till the end, and all the best for your future. Thank you.